How shall we start this?
Do we not start every podcast with like, hi, I'm Helen Tudor and this is the Ideal Client Attraction Podcast, or not? You can have that. Done. We're rocking and rolling, let's go.
The myth of the passive income dream.
Yes.
Episode 10, season 2. What is the myth of the passive income dream? And how is your view different from other people's on this?
Well, I think this is going to be like a really well-watched episode because people want passive income, right?
Yeah, me.
It's the dream.
Yeah.
Money while we sleep. And it's not a myth. It exists. I also believe in...
Plane, we're right. Sounds like it's crashing.
Sounded low.
We interrupt this episode 10 because a plane is crashing. Warrington is being invaded.
Take 2. Go.
So I don't believe it's a myth because it's real. Money while you sleep, let's say that. Money that doesn't involve you having to be there. Money that is going into your bank without you having a direct correlation of doing some work. I guess that's what passive income is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, active income is... What is the difference then, really? Active income is there's a direct correlation between what you do and what you get paid.
Yeah.
I'm asking you now because I'm confusing
Okay,
myself.
so I would say, by my definition, I think people in the online industry, people get hung up on words because they like to start arguments.
The end.
Right, right, the end. And so everybody knows damn well what everybody means when they say passive income. They really mean time leveraged income.
Time
right?
leveraged income, right. Okay, that's a good definition of it then, yeah.
That is very highly time leveraged. So it's something you can create a course once.
Yeah.
Or you can record a training once and you can sell it multiple times and it takes no more time from you or very little time. Now, counting the money takes time. Putting people in your system probably takes some time, but it's scalable. It is a fraction of the time that it would take for you to deliver that training to that person all the time.
Okay, yeah. So let's look what I've got. Right.
Yeah.
So the least passive income I've got is my one-to-one, yeah? Because that involves me. Got to be there. And that's why I get
and the
paid
person, and it's so tied into the person.
Yeah, and
it's a directly tailored day.
And it's not asynchronous, which is one of my favourite words. I only learned it a few years ago. And I've
can't
been doing
spell
asynchronous coaching ever since, right?
I would love to do asynchronous coaching,
It's so
but
good.
I can't spell it, so it's never going to be offered.
Asynchronous, I was like, oh, right, okay. So like the least passive income is my one-to-one, right?
Yeah.
Is that synchronous? I don't know. Is the opposite of asynchronous synchronous? Anyway, you've got to both be there at the same time.
Yeah.
Basically. Then we've got the group program. Now, I would class... So this is the Ideal Client Attraction Mastermind. So it's a group program. It's been going in a couple of different forms for a decade. It's got 2,000 paying customers in it at the time of filming this. We do launches for that, and we do 5-day challenges and people join. I would say it's the least passive income. It is the machine. It takes time. It takes energy. It takes money. It takes resources. It is leveraged, but it does not feel passive. I wouldn't like... A lot of people pay on payment plans, so it's recurring revenue there, and it's scalable, which is great. But I would never say that was a passive income stream. What I would say is what I do have is a mini course. So the mini course, the reason why I class this more as passive than the group program is because we're still delivering stuff in the group program. You know, there's live calls.
There's an ongoing commitment to new things.
Yeah, there's a call every week. We do live training in there. We get, so it's like you sell it and then you deliver it. Yes, you sell it and deliver it to many people at once. So it's leveraged, but it's not passive. No. It's not passive. It takes up a lot of time. But what I'd say is about the mini course. We've got a mini course called the Ideal Client Attraction Kickstarter. So
I love that.
I know. So it's like 6 mini videos and some worksheets. And it's just basically, this is how to align with yourself, your offer, your client, and how to do the daily practice and how to put it into action. So it's like the minimum you might need to learn. And it's supposed to be £500, but like all online entrepreneurial type people, you get it for like 19 quid.
Wow.
It's amazing. Like.
That's a limited time if you're watching this. You've only got 30 minutes after this video ends to make that purchase.
Oh, don't, because sometimes I'm like, oh, it's a bit cringe, but it works, right? So it's supposed to be $497, and we sell it various times of the year for like very limited offer, whatever, £19. When we launched that, I thought, £19, people are going to buy that? Oh yeah, they bought that. They bought it. Hundreds of people bought it. And I was like, now this feels passive because the money's in the bank, like literally stripes just pinging all day. And I don't have to do anything. The team don't have to do anything. It's all automated. It's like magical. It feels a bit like the first time I earned £99 online. I was a bit like, oh, and I've been in this game for 10 years. And I was like, wow, that truly does feel passive. So for me, passive income is something that you can sell over and over again, but there's no delivery. The delivery happens automatically through the magic of the power of the internet.
For automations, which we spoke about.
And all the automations and the tech and the apps and all that I don't understand. So to me, that's like very interesting because that is true passive income to me. But we do have to market it. So I suppose, is it true? But you know what I mean? We do have to market it.
I think it's like everything, isn't it? Like, as we say, everybody knows what you mean.
Yeah.
Or generally when you say passive income, because, oh, but you have to do something, you have to do that. Like, well, yeah, you do. Like the only real true passive income, I think, in the world
stocks
is
and shares
appreciation of asset value.
Yeah.
And then stocks. But even then you have to buy the asset and you have to probably, anyway. So I think we get what you mean. And it's interesting you're saying about like your lowest level product is actually the most passive. And there is a guy, and I can't remember his name, that built his whole business after having the realization you had, wakes up once a month or once a month will do a new training and just records training, hires crew, teaches something, packages it up, sells it.
Well, that's what we use for our...
Drives ads.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We use for our self-liquidation offer that we talked about in episode whatever.
Yeah, so he just drives ads to it each month. And then for half the price, you can join his monthly membership where you get every one of his monthly trainings. So say, for example, it's like $50 or $100, but you can join his monthly thing for $50 and you can get like all of them. But that's literally his business each month. Like sets the ads up. Here's the audience. Here's my thing for that much for $100. If you like this, then why not join our monthly thing and you'll get every one of my trainings going forward for 50. And he said, like, I was doing more expensive stuff. I was doing that. But again, suited him, suited his business.
Suited where he's at,
He was great behind the camera and training. He was over the kind of higher contact one thing. Like I said, with a membership group, like even in the membership group, it's not so much of a membership group because it's literally, you just get access to the training monthly. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing, isn't it? Like running the community, like you said.
It's not
passive. People think communities are...
that is the myth. That's what we should title this one. The myth of the communities and memberships and group programs being easy money because they're not easy money.
Not to do well. I think
in my experience, it's a lot of effort to find the people, engage the people, get the people to join the thing and get them to stay, you know. Like I don't do memberships, I do a lifetime access group program, but you know, memberships, I've coached, mentored a lot of people on memberships and the churn is 3 to 4 months. So it's no different than having to get new clients all the time. I think the myth is you just need 100 people paying you £100 a month, you got a 10 grand a month business and you just sit back and relax. I think that is a myth.
Okay, and I would counter that with, well not counter it, I would add to that, I would tell you that it's far easier to find 10 people to pay you £1,000 than it is to find 100 people, especially when you're starting out.
In my experience, especially early on.
I think that's where people go wrong. It's far easier to find a smaller audience segment that will value your time. You're far better off selling one-to-one for say 1,000, 10 days of the month than you are, or you're more likely to, than you are going to be able to build a marketing machine to find 100 people. Now, when people can't afford that and you know you're full on your one-to-ones, then that's when you kind of drop in the, okay, I've got this as well. Like, so if you can't afford that and your audience is getting bigger, but that,
because of what we talked about in the machine episode, though, really, isn't it? If you're going to have a membership or something where you're constantly selling people at a low ticket monthly thing, don't underestimate. I'm not saying it's not possible, but don't underestimate the amount of people you need to get in front of, and then how good a funnel, whatever you want to call it, you know, automations, processes to filter all those people into a place where they're ready to invest and keep investing. So the thing with monthly memberships, I think, is the reason why I don't do it, even though Phil Harrison sat me down, I've told this story before, but he sat me down in a cocktail bar in Manchester and he said, Helen, if you did this monthly, you'd be making 70 grand a month more. And I was like, choking on my
What
on my
is the
tequila sunrise.
Okay.
But
So tequila sunrise. That's a cocktail of choice. That's the next question.
it's actually a Bloody Mary, but anyway, because they do the best Bloody Marys at this place in Manchester. But anyway, but what I said to Phil was, if I do a monthly thing, I feel like I've got to make people stay month after month after month, and that energy is just not for me. What I do instead, is lifetime access. So you join us once, and most people pay over a year, but you can stay in it forever. And then I never feel like people are there because they're paying. They're there because they've paid, and now they're making money on me. So it's like, it's a really nice energy. They're staying because they want to stay, not because they're like wanting to get the next 100 quid or whatever, the membership out of me. But that's just me, because that doesn't suit me. For other people, it suits them massively, and that's what they want to do, and that's fine. But just don't underestimate how hard it is. And you probably see this. People think, well, it's only 100 quid a month, or it's only 29 quid a month, or it's only, so why don't people buy it? But it's like my thing at £19. Think of all the people that didn't buy it. So yeah, lots of people bought it, but let's say we sent it out by email to 70,000 people, whatever we've got on our email list right now. We still only sold like 105 or something in that first few days. So to me, it felt great because I sold 100 of these things in a couple of days. But if you were sensitive, you'd look at that and think, all those people who didn't buy it, it's just 70,000 people, all those people who didn't buy it. So I always focus on the people that do buy it, not the people that don't. But I know that on smaller scale or less experience, when you've not seen the data play out, people like, I've got a group with 100 people and I offered them this £29 thing and only 2 people bought it. And I think, well, that's about right. But to other people, they're like, yeah, but 98 people didn't want it. And what does that mean about me?
I know that if I put out an SEO guide for 19 quid, 27 quid, and I got a low amount of sales, which is probably true. Like that not in a horrible way, but like just judging that out of my current audience that's there, especially if I put it on my personal Facebook or something, I might make 20, 30 sales. Still be like, oh, realistically, that's 20 or 30 sales from creating like a document.
Yeah.
And brain me be really excited about that. And the fact that I can have that for sale forever, and I might wake up and make, this is like the passive kind of dream, is something's on your website at the bottom of plug. So with Helen's product that you've got there, that Kickstarter kit, the Ideal Client Attraction Kickstarter, I would have that at the bottom of every blog post. I would have the start here.
Yeah.
If you're new to Helen, start here.
Yeah.
Buy this thing.
Yeah, just it's that gateway. You used to call it, like you say, Tripwire, that low cost entry and sort
welcome
of
mat, Tripwire.
Yeah, because we now got a list of buyers. So we're talking before about the sales team. It's like we'll start with those people, people who've actually given us some money this month.
So this is how I'd make that like a passive strategy.
Yeah.
So a passivist strategy. If every YouTube video you had a link to your product that involved you not being there, if every blog post you have had a link to your product, we were talking with Mark off air about how great he is at conversations over content, and how like the art of that and the art of the conversation. And we were both saying to him, that should be a thing.
Yeah.
Imagine if all the content you put out is like, here's how you have conversations, here's my tips.
Yeah.
Gave us a great tip about how to look at audio files.
Yeah.
If that was in a product, like I could buy for like 30 quid, like how to make your podcasts 10 times better, how to turn, and that was on all his content. He could be waking up, not being funny, 30, 60, 90 quid a day from all those 30s dripping in.
It's the dream.
The cumulative effect over a year, that's paying for your ad spend to then get a bigger audience, and it's paying for your ad spend to then go and get your membership fill, your one-to-ones full. So it is a great place to start.
It is. And I think what happens is people, look at me, I've tried different things and dabbled with different things, different price points. I feel like I've really, because I'm doing the new roller coaster, right? And the new focus of the ideal client store, to have created a product that people are buying so early on is great, right? But I think a lot of people who don't have an audience like mine, I've got an audience, hundreds of thousands of people, right? Who are all active and looking and interested in my stuff because of my consistency over the last 10 years. But if you're just starting out and you put out a product and your mum buys it and no one else, and it's like, it feels quite a hard slog. You've got to remember, like I have, you've got to keep promoting it. You've got to keep putting it out there, almost relentlessly. And one of the things that I see is, I tried to have a passive income thing, but it didn't really work. I put it out there and I only sold a couple, so I don't think it's very good. And it's like, no, we have to keep putting it out there over and over and over and over again. And like the reason why we're selling them all the time now is because they are the thing that we ask people to buy after the scorecard.
Right.
So I'm focused on getting as many leads as possible into my scorecard. And then at the end of the scorecard, part of the email sequence, we offer them the Kickstarter. So they're just dropping in here and there. And obviously with you in charge of my YouTube strategy from now on, they'll be going mad, obviously.
Tax-free job.
And the SEO strategy, tax-free, and the blog post strategy that you're going to help me with. So like, that's with us doing very little, really. So if you say, right, one of my strategic moves for this year, and I would advise everyone listening who's got a business to put this in their strategic plan for the year, is I'm going to create a product that says it's going to help with the thing that I help with on every level. Yeah. So I think the secret to my success has been sticking to one thing at a time. I really genuinely do. But the other thing is that everything in my product stack now says the same thing. It's just at a different level. You know, we're talking about proximity and that in the other session. So actually, it's the Ideal Client Attraction Kickstarter, and it's 19 quid, reduced from 497. And then that's a small sample of me. And then the next thing is the group program, which is like, you know, at the moment, I think it's £3,000 for lifetime access, and you get much more of me. And then there's obviously one-to-one with me. But the thing is, it's the same name.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people creating things that aren't really fully aligned with their thing, because you think, oh, this might be a fun thing to put out, or this might be a nice thing to put out. It's almost like keep people on the same track, but just different versions of you. And then put this in the strategy that I am going to, you know, I've got Ideal Client Attraction Scorecard, Ideal Client Attraction Podcast, Ideal Client Attraction Book, you know, like, you know, it's like pick your thing and have that as the thread that runs through everything that you do. And why are you laughing?
Because of my product stack,
yes,
they all have vastly different names.
Yeah.
Based more on what they do, which differentiates. So it's kind of like wrist slap for me.
Because then I want to be the ideal client person.
Yeah.
So everything I do has to be ideal client attraction centric.
Yeah.
So, but I think if whatever your thing is that you sell, make a little tiny mini version of it, but make it good. You know, I think we're past the let's sell shit for 19 quid. Like, go make something good.
Well, the thing is, if you blow people away, like if you're saying something's 497, which the client attractions Kickstarter is there, people should, even if that's not your intention, you should make something that's worth 500 quid.
Yeah, or £1,000.
Make something that's worth that much money and then choose how much you actually sell it for. But it should be worth that amount. And even sometimes it's worth having it up, assuming you can make a sale at that amount.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, we do.
I know someone that has launched £1,000 product, sold 3 of them, with the intention of that he was then going to reduce it, like that he was going to sell it as 97 as one of his lead thing, refunded the people. It's like, thanks, I just needed to prove to myself he was like, I wanted to prove to myself it was good enough.
Nice.
With your review that you paid £1,000 for it, you were happy with it.
Yeah.
Did the job.
That'll do for my...
That'll do. Said, I'm going to start selling it for less, so here's your money back.
That's cute. I like that.
Do you know what I mean? But it was kind of like, he wanted to ethically go, it's 97, but I've sold it for 1,000.
Yeah, nice.
And people were happy at 1,000.
Yeah.
Because like, he was one of these sort of like, oh, I can't really do that. Oh, you know, like marketing's bad. And it's just sort of like, you evil marketers trying to get me to price it. But so again, I think if you do that and you put something out there that's truly great at that, if I'm blown away by something that is, and we've said this before, if you blow someone away because they feel like they're robbing you when they paid you 27 quid because you're giving them so much value, what are they going to be expecting the £2,000 investment's going to be like? Yeah. What are they going to be expecting the £5,000 investment's going to be like? What are they going to expect in like how you deal with it? If they sell it to you, and unless we said it's passive, but with automated, you follow up and go, did you have any problems? What was your biggest, what was your biggest aha moment? Like if there's a WhatsApp, you said about WhatsApp automations, buy something, get WhatsApp. Hi, this is Robot Helen. Yeah. Just want to see how you got on. If there's any what was the biggest aha moment? What's the thing? Do you need any help with anything?
Yeah.
Now, chances are like they'll come back, and as we said, that call for help might be over a boundary, but it might be that their call for help, what they're saying they need help with, having done that product, is actually like, well, yeah, we can support you at that level with this thing.
Yeah.
You know, with this next tier. But people be like blown away that you actually followed up. If I looked in my receipts thing in my personal Gmail,
chaos in everyone's
I
personal
would-
Gmail, isn't it?
I would cry at one, probably the amount of memberships I'm paying for that I haven't gone in. So I do need to redo that. I do periodically go in and go, why am I paying for that? Why am I
Yeah.
paying for that? And two, I found a video editing course that I bought 2 years ago, and I was nearly going to go
Buy
and
it
buy.
again.
Yeah,
I do that with Kindle books
wasn't a
sometimes.
lot.
Say you bought this
But it was just like-
3 months ago. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I think it was like X amount. It was about how to edit reels
right.
quickly in Adobe Express. I was like, oh, okay, that's, it's like 19 quid. Brilliant. And then I bought the upsell because I love a cheeky upsell. So I think I've done 67 quid. Never even got it. Never even,
Hello.
never even got into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but that's the thing. Like, and that's the thing. There's a psychology in retail. You've probably heard of this, and most people. They used to price everything under 20 quid because
Yeah.
under 20 quid you can't remember where you spent the money.
Mhm.
That used to be in people's minds. That's why when contact lists come out, they set the contact list limit.
50 quid, isn't it?
Well, when they first started, it was like lower. It was like 20, 30.
Right.
They set it at
Yeah,
an
it
amount
was.
that people forget
Yeah.
because they wanted those transactions to be seamless. Because
Mm.
they're the ones that make a lot of companies money. They're the ones where you go and spend. People might think I'm obsessed with like chocolate energy drinks and snacks. It's true. But like if you go in and you pay in a petrol station, you just tap it, you don't think about what you spent.
No.
And all that money, imagine at the end of the month, you can account for all the money. And this is what they did to prove this point. You can't go down to a certain level. So you'll know where you spent above a certain amount. And that
Right.
average moves up each year, which is why they've also moved up the contact list. I mean, contact list changed after COVID, but that's why they're moving up that tap limit,
Yeah.
like with human psyche. And it's also like you'll notice products going out at under a certain amount. So shops will sell stuff under about 30 quid now, knowing that people will make impulse purchases. And that's the same with like your passive product or your mainly passive product you want it to be. You want it to be an amount of money
It's a no-brainer.
that's a no-brainer that if someone buys it and it's not for them, they don't really care. I mean, I'm not saying you should make a bad product,
No.
but the impact on someone's pocket and well-being is there. And it's an amount of money that a lot of people won't even remember that they've made that purchase. I mean, what you would hope is that they get the product and use it. That's what you want. You
Yeah.
want them to use the
Well, like we
product.
talked about in the other
because
episode,
they're gonna
moving
grow it.
people through, yeah.
But yeah, at those price points, it might seem insane, but actually there's a retail psychology that's been going on for years.
Mm.
You know, that, and also make it with your product. Don't make me get my card out
Yes.
with this transaction level that we're talking about for this highly time leveraged or passive, as anybody that's not pedantic would call it. I want to see an advert and I want to be able to click Apple Pay or PayPal.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff I haven't bought or forgot to bought because they've
Oh,
made
yeah.
me walk downstairs to try and get my PIN number from my card or my card number.
Yeah.
My card's very rarely on me.
I don't even know where my cards are.
Okay, so
Don't
here's the
say them
thing,
anywhere
right?
anymore.
You run ads to people,
Yes.
right? Now,
We
if
have
you are running
PayPal.
ads to people out there, audience, and it's really effective, imagine this, and I'm going to clean it up slightly. Actually, no, I can't. So we might need to edit this bit out. So we're going to go for it, right? Imagine if you're running an ad to someone, most people are going to be on their phones in two places. They're either going to be in a queue or on the loo.
That rhymes. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to test how good your funnel is and how good your ad is, look at your ad at the start of your funnel, at the start of a queue in Starbucks or Costa. Other coffees are available, which taste better. And make sure that the whole thing can be completed by the time you've got
Got it.
your coffee.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you something for nothing now. If I have to come out of it, go into my email to click a link to confirm,
Not happening.
I ain't buying it. I'm forgetting. I've gone back to work. I've carried on. I'm back with the kids at football. I'm doing whatever.
Yeah.
I'm back at my desk. I'm not going to remember your product.
No,
The
and
chances
that's
are I'm going
why
to remember to go back later.
I
So
had
you've
to
got
push
to,
for Apple Pay on a lot of our stuff.
yeah, you lose a percentage, but I'll tell you
Yeah.
what you're gaining. You're gaining that efficiency. Like Apple Pay to me, for some reason, when I'm using it, seems like free money.
I know.
So it's, oh,
Especially when you
click,
can flick
click.
between all your different cards.
Yeah,
So you just pick one you don't look at.
Yeah,
Hello. Stop before you wait.
yeah. Yeah. But it's one of those things you've got to, but you've got to make it. You've got to realize that when you're,
What's really interesting there, John, sorry, is that I bet that 90% of the people listening to this have never tried to buy their own product.
no.
So I used to do this when I used to work in recruitment, employer branding. I used to say, get around the board table, say, right, let's go and apply for a job at your company. And they've never done it. And when they go through the process, they see all of those friction points and annoyances and where it just gets confusing and hard. So that is such a good tip. is go and try and buy your own product and see how it makes you feel. Because it should feel effortless, seamless, fun and enjoyable. I'm not saying all mine do, by the way, before you start going through mine. Well, you can go through mine and you can email me or Gillian the feedback. But it's a really good point that.
I like the way you quickly went, Gillian. Email Gillian.
That sounds like
if it doesn't work, it's Gillian. If it's brilliant, message me.
Yeah.
If it's bad, message Gillian.
Exactly.
That's why I have a machine. But you're absolutely right. And I've worked for big companies, and the amount of mystery shops we would have done. I think some of the bigger companies will have 10 to 20 mystery shop customers with a checklist of what they are checking each week. Do the staff look a certain way? Did they serve it? Did they write your name on your coffee cup? Did you do this? Did they do that? What did the place smell like? Were there any tables with food on?
Yeah.
You know, because brand standards really matter. And as entrepreneurs,
brand standards, I like that.
Yeah, that's a big Virgin thing. If you work for Virgin, it's a great company to work for, even for a little bit. If you don't want to work for them for ages, go and work for them. You'll learn so much just from their intense training.
Wow.
Because they're so protective of the Virgin brand. If you're working in a Virgin gym, they literally say you can cost them thousands because you can stop someone going into a Virgin record store that don't exist anymore, like a Virgin plane. You know, so they have to. You have to blow people away with what Virgin is and make sure you are coming
On
off
brand,
that because they have got an ideal client. Avatar, probably not as good as the work you've done.
I just tell Richard to DM me
next time. I say I'm golfing with him next week. But when you go through that, there's that's important. So I think they have those standards, and I think for companies, it's worth getting other people to check. And the other thing I would say is with tech and with purchase processes, in the early days of the interwebs, back when it was all dial-up, we used to do a thing when we were checking websites. We used to get our parents to use it and make sure it was obvious to someone that didn't know it.
Oh, so good. I'm going to ask my dad to buy my £29 thing, £19 thing.
You want someone...
You can't even press the link on the YouTube channel.
But that's the thing. You want someone that is like the worst... I mean, in ideal client avatar, you're going to have someone that knows how to click a few buttons, right? But you want someone... If you've got a website, when you're trying to make sales, you want it to be so explanatory
that your nana can use
that they don't have to go, and this is where Macs started winning over Windows, was because where you clicked was very intuitive compared to like clicking here and then going down the file structure and going 3 or 4 deep to find it, because that was logical to people that knew computers,
right?
But it wasn't human intuition. So they're the couple of things. If you want something to be truly passive, you've got to make it really easy. So check the amount of time it takes to buy your passive product. Make sure it can be impulse bought
in the queue at Starbucks.
In the queue at Starbucks as a time-in. Make sure your products are easy to buy, either from the link, how much friction there is for a customer. Do they have to bounce back to their email to opt in, to then go here to do a dance and stuff like that? And then just kind of sit on it and go, how did that experience feel? Because you want to go someone from impulse and excited to in it quickly.
Done it, yeah.
So...
And also the other thing is, because I'm as in the marketing lead gen version of that. So you're obviously customer experience, which is super important. It's like, keep posting about it.
Yeah.
Like, don't put something out there once and think that's it. It doesn't work, or it doesn't work very well. Honestly, I would say go and post it 100 times and let's see what's happened. Don't post it once, twice, 3 times and say that's it. Like, people have got to be, like you say, in the right place, the right space. You know, they've got to be ready, willing, interested. And, you know, they've got to be sat looking at the phone. So you're going to have to get in front of them many, many times before they just think, you know, I'm going to buy something at any level, from £1 up to 100 grand or $1 million if you're buying houses or whatever. So you've got to make sure that you're omnipresent in terms of the link and the ability to go through that gateway.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting when you say about that, because I said in one of the earlier episodes that Michael and my friend Michael that does like web stuff, and he's really good at what he does. But we're talking about how little we tell people what we do, especially across our personal socials. And we kind of like, right, we're going to post 3 times this week.
This week?
Well, no, we're going to
3 times a day, every day. That's the minimum.
Easy in.
That's just for the promotion of the link, by the way.
That wasn't just to get a response from Helen, but I knew it would do. But it was quite funny because Michael posted. And he made a sale straight away.
I mean, who knew?
But the person he made a sale to had been on his friends list for like 5 years, and had just decided that she needed a new website.
There you go.
He posted that day, bought it, client, done.
Be more Helen, like you said.
And I, again, posted again, got another client. And it's like, there might be something to us social media posting. It's like, we're like, isn't that groundbreaking? When you tell people what you've got and how you can help them, people that need your help say, yes, I'd like that. Can I buy from you, please? And it's not even selling. It's enabling people to buy.
Yeah.
You were literally saying, I've got these. I've got a bunch of coconuts. Who wants coconut? And people go, I want a coconut.
And the thing is, so you're such a good example of this, John, but so many people I know, I've known for a long time, have got a lot of money in the Goodwill Bank. And what I mean by that is that you're a good person, you've been doing good work, you've been helping people, you've been advising people, you've been meeting people at events, you've been supporting people, haven't you, for the last 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of goodwill in that bank. But you're not asking for anything. You're not asking them for anything in return. So people are ready and willing and wanting to spend that goodwill with you, whether it's for them and themselves or for people that they know or referring you to other people. Like, it's, if you look at the Gary Vee, the jab, 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 right hook, right?
Yeah.
So you give, and then ask. You've just been giving for 10 years and you've not done any asking. I do jab, ask, because that's me. But, you know, like, I give a lot, but I ask a lot.
Yeah.
And I think there'll be a lot of people here who give a lot and don't ask enough.
And to back that up, after just being like right hooked to the gut with that reality, yeah, it's interesting. I've met people that go, I've seen you around and you say some really smart stuff.
Everyone
and you
knows
really
you,
help
everyone
people.
loves you. That's a lot
but
of
like,
goodwill.
But what do you actually do?
Yeah.
And you just think, that's really bad, isn't it? Like considering like my specialty is marketing. I've got a master's degree in digital marketing. And I actually meet people and go, I know you're really smart.
Everyone says, yeah, everyone's, this is what
like,
I mean about goodwill.
What do you actually do? What can I buy from you?
I'm
like,
very polarizing. Yeah, but you're not. Everyone loves you.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Everyone loves you. Like when you said about you having that row with someone, I was like, who was that? That seems weird. Like you're just not the kind of person that I've ever seen polarizing anybody. Everybody loves you. I could go and ask 100 people. Tell me about John. Say he's great. Love him. Great guy. Really nice guy. Help me out. Do anything for anyone. But what does he do? I think it's marketing stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
well,
marketing stuff is good because you've got a good umbrella. But, you know, it does, you know,
maybe
he's the SEO guy.
that should be, maybe
It's a
that should
smaller
be
umbrella.
that'd be my blog, marketingstuff.com.
Yeah, marketing stuff with John.
Yeah.
And people will buy from you. You said very early on when we've actually first started recording, you said, oh, I'm going to do this guy's program and then I'm going to do this. And I'm like, you don't need the program.
Yeah.
You don't need it. You just need to ask people if they want to work with you because you've got all that goodwill built up. And people know you and you've been a good guy for the last 10 years. Well, obviously beyond that as well. But since I've known you, you've been flawless, never put a foot wrong. So why won't people want to work with you? The only reason why they don't work with you is because you don't ask them. Some dickhead over there shouting louder than you is getting their business and doing a bad job for them because he's not afraid to just keep asking. That dickhead could be me, but you know, there's always somebody worse than you shouting louder than you. And there's two types of entrepreneurs that I meet, and I've met thousands of them. Absolutely brilliant people who don't shout loud enough, and terrible people who can't shut up.
Do you know what? I think you're absolutely right, and that should be a motivating factor to everybody.
Yeah,
not just me. And also, when you sat this far away from Helen and she's telling you hard truths about yourself, it's pretty intimidating and scaring. So,
Mark's like, it was me last time, and now it's you.
So, but
said with love. It's said with love, though.
Absolutely,
with big love, because
but that's why it hits.
I want you to be sat here in a week's time and saying, do you know what? I took your advice and I put it out there, and I've got these great clients and I'm doing this great work. Right? That's what I want for you.
Absolutely.
So, and everyone listening to this who knows this will be commenting and saying, I'm right.
But I think the other thing is as well that you caught on there, right? Because unfortunately I can't argue with anything else that you said. I would love to. But I'd also love to say I don't need to because I'm making loads of money and I don't need it. Like, but that's also
you're making loads of money, but you're not making the potential you could be doing.
Absolutely.
And having the impact you could.
Absolutely. But that's the but here's the thing. That should be a trigger to any good person. The statement you made, if you're not shouting loud enough, when you can generally help people in the right way and get real results, someone will be shouting and they'll go and they'll waste their money, and good people will be spending money with absolute charlatans, people that don't deliver, people that don't care. And you should firmly, and in a sense, it is your responsibility to be out there saying, look, like for me with my SEO agency, I will do it. I will look after you. Don't go and give that used car salesman that's just gone into SEO because it's recurring revenue.
Yeah.
You know, like your money. Who's just
Especially in
shouting
your
it.
game. More than
Absolutely.
anyone's.
And it's almost like the modern of the digital marketing thing. It's becoming a little bit like double glazing was. Do you know what I mean? Like there is a lot of very skilled salesmen that like the product stuff. So I think with all of that, shout more about your products and your services. Get something of yours into people's hands at a price they can do that shows that you care, you're brilliant, and you can do it.
Yeah.
So talk transaction, because then you're going to stop them going and spending their money elsewhere and wasting thousands. And let's be honest, right? A misspent SEO budget of £500 a month, $6,000 a year could break a company when they're starting out. So if I haven't told someone that I could actually do that and get them an ROI on that money, that company going should feel like it's on me.
On you,
do you know what I mean? Like if someone's not getting the opportunities from LinkedIn, that's because you weren't helping them. If someone's suffering in their business or not enjoying their business, that's like they've got to 7-8 figures, they're like, do you know what? I'm not enjoying this. I don't like the people. I think, I'm going to quit. I'm going to go and I'm going to retire and I'm going to go and live on like some island in Bali and do yoga for the rest of my life because this isn't fulfilling. It's because you haven't reached them with your ideal client attraction. And when they start getting the right clients, their business will be re-energized then. So there is a bit of a responsibility as you've really hit home to create the product, get it out there. And passive income is real unless you're pedantic, to summarize. And some of the things people say are passive aren't.
Yeah.
You know, like memberships, we think they're both work. And there is some work involved in the start and the momentum and keeping doing it, even if that's just marketing.
And you owe it to that client who doesn't know you exist yet.
Yes.
To shout louder so you can help them and save them from all the bad practitioners out there.
So what I would like in the comments on this YouTube video, and again, if you're driving in the car and you're listening, just go to the YouTube video. It won't take you long. Drop in the comments your idea for your product that you could help. Tell us your ideas, because then other people will be like, that sounds great. And if you see a product idea you think sounds great,
tell them.
So tell us what the product is and where you're going to be moving someone from and to with that product. You're shouting about it. Helen won't mind you shouting on one of her YouTube posts about this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing it. Let's get a great thread of people doing it, really thinking about that. Let's get shouting. And then also message Helen's team or send Helen a DM sort of saying, I've been shouting for a month and this is what's happened.
Love it.
We'll see you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode.
'Cause these are the best days.